Lord, I hope my internet don't act stupid. This
All
thing
right, we're
really.
live.
All right. All right. Hey, everybody. So thank you for
Hey,
tuning in. Installment. So tonight we are going to be talking about all things entrepreneurship. So if y'all have any comments, any feedback, or anything during the course of this conversation, just make sure to drop it in the comments. So already getting tongue tied. All right, so I lost my train of thought because I got tongue tied.
so
That's
we're just gonna
weird.
be
All
talking
right,
about
so entrepreneurship.
entrepreneurship and making sure everybody that wants to be an entrepreneur knows what it takes to be an entrepreneur. So,
Yeah.
I have some statistics, so we're gonna start with that. So, according to Lending Tree, um, 20%. You said what? What you say?
No, so you're doing good, Jess.
Oh,
I said
thanks.
you're doing good,
So,
Jess.
oh wait, no, it's on Lending, but according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, 20% of U.S. small businesses fail within the first year. By the end of their fifth year, roughly 50% have faltered, and 10 years after being in business, only 1/3 of businesses have survived. So
Yeah.
that is our lesson for today. So, ladies, why do you think that businesses do not last?
So for me, I can say off the bat. So I'm mainly online business based, so I can speak from experience dealing with different folks. It's just that a lot of times people just want to get head start, like they see other people making money online, so they just think like, okay, I'm just gonna hop in, I can make money like right off the bat, so they don't get anything in place. There's no business plan, and I'm not talking about writing a 20-page business plan. Like they just don't have any goals set. There's there, and there's no foundation set. They're trying to find like little shortcuts, so they just want to make money, and that's it. Even though business, like entrepreneurship, all that takes much more than making money. Just pretty much overall, I'm going to lead back to the same thing. They're like, there's no foundation set. So that's why I say a lot of times, one of the reasons anyway, businesses fail within the first year. I'm talking for online base. And also, I think brick and mortar too. What I've been realizing, like locally, a lot of times they don't really market themselves, or I don't know. Marketing is like another reason too why a lot of small businesses I've noticed will like kind of down under, because they're not promoting, like they're not trying to take advantage of the different outlets, or if they are, they aren't. I don't know. I don't want to. I guess like not schooled or educated on where like the resources they have available to kind of get themselves up and running, or sometimes starting off on the right. I mean, not on the right. Starting off too soon, because like Jess, I don't want to take your words, but taking your words from like a previous conversation, like having capital, like making sure we have capital. That's one of the things too.
That's
It's just
not my
like not.
word. Take it.
Oh, okay.
Like, wait a minute,
One of the things like that's one of the things you kept saying like, well, you have for your businesses, so that's why I like you made sure you saved up and like you had capital and like you had all this good stuff. So like there's so many different reasons why like businesses fall under like within the first year and the first few years really. But I keep going on about that. But mainly for me, I talk about online businesses because that's what I mainly manage. So I talk about like a lot of them don't have like any kind of foundation. They just kind of just jump right in, or they do too many things at one time and not focus on one main thing. So that's why a lot of them kind of just fail. You'll see them kind of or just hop into one business thing to the next. So it's a lot. 2 cents through all my rambling. No foundation set, not enough marketing, and then another thing, not enough capital. So
oh yeah,
I'm
and you
interested to see
listen.
what y'all have to say.
Yeah, you pretty much
It's all
covered
the
everything.
words.
Yeah, you pretty much said, and it's a little lag, so I hope I'm not talking over nobody because I'm like, wait a minute.
It's okay.
But Yeah, it's definitely like you said, not having the right foundation. Just thinking that you can go in, you may, have a product or a service that you feel like a few people are interested, but you have to research, kind of research and know your market and who, and now the hot word, or I haven't been new in my thing, so I don't know, it might have been around, but the hot word is like niche, like find your niche, even when it's something as simple as selling
Yeah.
t-shirts. You can have a niche for your t-shirt audience, like who would most likely be drawn to your t-shirt. And to me, it's some things that make it more complicated. But I guess like once you lay down that foundation and think about all of those different things, like what service or product are you offering? What are some of their things that some questions or some pain points you can solve for them that actually helps you have more longevity. And so sometimes we can just be thinking, kind of like how, oh, I'm just going to sell this, but you're not thinking, like you said, long term. You just kind of got to have like a vision for it. For on the days that is this not encouraging, it might be days where you might not get that many sales or that many people engaged in what you're offering. And if you're not really, thinking about why you want to do it, or is it just something, kind of seeing like the bigger picture of it, like you might not have 100% good days, but it's like if you keep at it and then you kind of see like, the reason I'm doing this, like, why am I doing it? I need another multiple stream of income so that, I can, go on vacations with my family more, or whatever the case may be, or I can leave my job and have more time with my family or whatever. So it's kind of like identifying what is your why? So those days that it get hard, you just want to be like, you know what, forget this and just be done with it. But you'll just continue to endure. So I think we just have to have, you have to have mentors or people that coach you, that have kind of been where you are, and they can also help give you support during that time too. So, we see a lot of coaching programs. And you have to know the best way that you learn. Because me, I am like group program. I'm just like over that. I'm like, I need a one-on-one coach or a small group coach. I can't keep on getting into these programs where you just got to do it all on your own with no support, because it's not going to work. I mean, I still have too much going on. So I need that accountability. So it's like you have to be coachable and be open to learning and seek out other people that have either done it or trying to do the same thing as you, so you can keep yourself motivated even through those times. Because running a business in so many different systems, and you're trying to do the marketing, you're trying to do the building up so people can know what you about, and you're trying to learn the different social media platforms and connect with your audience and all of this stuff. And it's like too much going on at once, so you got to focus on one thing and keep the main thing, and then focus on that, don't give up, and have support, seek support. So one more thing that I was going to share. So I don't know if you guys have heard of Score Mentor is one. Have y'all heard that?
No.
Oh, okay. They actually have a free, I don't know, I guess it's government funded, but you go there and they're actually mentors that are in different, that have a business in different industries, and you call and you set up an appointment. They have like actual offices that you can meet at, but they still doing virtual stuff. And you just basically tell them what type of business that you want, and they just give you, some of the foundational stuff. Like they'll point you in the direction of like how to register your site. They'll tell you, they just give you like some practical help. But then they have like workshops that do about different things, whether that's a nonprofit or for profit. So they are good resources, and they have those to the community colleges as well. So, to the listeners, check out Score Mentor. It's actually two of them, but I can't think of the other one. But Score Mentor is one of them. So, yeah.
So I would also say,
I heard about that.
You said what? Oh, I
Oh
don't
no,
know.
I was just following her.
Or I'm like hearing myself or something. But so I would definitely add, when I first like started my business, I started with my mind. Like I started with what I knew. And that's before I even like knew I was being an entrepreneur. And a lot of times people go into business and it's like product centered instead of customer centered. And when you go into business to solve problems, it's easy. Like the money comes so easy when you're solving other people's problems. So like a lot of time, like for me, I started off selling career services and services and different things to students. I'm not gonna say what they all are because it, is in case some professors is watching this, I just kind of help students to get through school a little bit easier by helping them with their schoolwork.
Right.
So, I was a single parent, and I found that is the best way to like be able to not have to, work and be able to take care of my kid. And that's what I did. I think it's really important to know and charge your worth. A lot of people don't do that. And then I'm also business coach, so I deal with businesses all the time, and I can clearly see why some businesses fail and why some don't. A lot of times people don't want to invest in themselves. I think you get what you pay for. And it's just like a matter of realizing that entrepreneurship is a journey and not a destination, because every day is not going to it's not going to be a good day every day, and you have to still like be able to keep your momentum. So I'm at year 5, like technically, even though I've been doing this for like ever, but I think that's the difference, like focusing on also like when people talk about, so for one, I heard that entrepreneurship, somebody said entrepreneurship is the biggest personal development program you'll ever do. So I think that's important because I think through entrepreneurship, you grow as an individual, but then also like just being willing to say like, a lot of people aren't teachable. So it's like the world changes. Every year I learn how to be an entrepreneur in a different way. And when you are selling, like I know I coach people and then they say like, yeah, I'm about to do this, then I'm gonna do that, then I'm gonna do that, then I'm gonna do this. So the thing is, you have to have one thing, because a confused mind says no. And so if you have one thing that you just focus on and you grow that one thing and get bigger, like you shouldn't have, the people that have the most businesses are the ones that have the least money. If y'all, I don't know if anybody ever noticed that, but when you see like bigger people, like you don't see Bill Gates talking about he got, all this different stuff that he working on at the moment. When you see people, like I don't understand, because it's like if you haven't got down with the first thing, like why would you move on to something else if you're not even profitable? So I think that's a lot of times how businesses fail, because you putting your hand in too much. Like with me, I started with my t-shirt business, and I had a set customer that I was trying to reach, and I try to reach one type of person. And if you're not that person, you're not for me. And I don't want everybody money, because all money is not good money. So every time I do business, I always like focus on a certain person that I want to reach. And when you do that, it helps you to not be so upset. Like when people get upset, like my family ain't supporting me. Well, your family is not your target. Like, so I ain't even gonna get into that, because it always irks me when people think that they supposed to just pop out of nowhere with a business and your family's supposed to support you, because first of all, you don't even trust you, because if you did, this wouldn't be your 10th business venture. And so, but you have to be consistent. So I could go on, y'all, but I'm not gonna do that. But I think that the most in order to be a successful business is to get crystal clear on who you want, having a balance between service and selling, because we could get caught up in service, that you broke, but then you can get so caught up in selling that you're not making a difference. So it's a level of balance between the two. So if y'all hit me up on Instagram, I have all the resources you need to get where you need to go, because I'm confident in my ability to get you there. And like I said, you get what you pay for. So the more you get, the more you pay for, the more you get, the more value you have. And I can get you from point A to point B, because I got a 5-part framework: mindset, plan, strategy, brand, marketing, and we go through all of that. So, and my focus has always been on marketing. So like, I feel like another reason why like businesses aren't successful is because you start this business and you're working on your business, but then you're not really like trying to market as if the people's supposed to just show up one day. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, I was like, that was one of my little like mindset things too. Like when I first assumed, like, okay, I started this business. Like, all right, like I'll just do like a post here and there, or I'll just drop this link in this group, and like the people should just be coming because I have what they need, and they should just come to me. So that was one of mine. Like I'll admit, like that was one of my like mindset when I first started out, like just basic virtual assistant. Like all right, like people need this. Like okay, then when I didn't really hear much, like I dropped this, like, all right, okay, I need to rethink my strategy. Like, clearly this isn't working. So I agree. Like, the marketing, like, even I hear from other people, like, with marketing, it's just like, okay, they open a business, like, people share, and it's just like still nothing. It's like, you have to do more than post that 1, 2, 5 times. Like it's a constant work in progress. So it's just, like, it stays stagnant. So
and
that's like another reason.
His business is like a marriage. So you don't walk up to somebody the first day and be like, hey, let's get married and have kids. Like it's a process that you have to go through. It's something that you never stop working on. So if you think about business the same way you would think about getting married, it'll be a lot easier for you because you're not just coming out of nowhere and being like, hey, you want to marry me? Come on, let's do this. I promise you, I can help you, stuff like that. So you should treat your business the same way with developing that relationship, building that rapport, and then offering a little bit here and there, and then getting into that long-term relationship. So right now I'm in a long-term relationship because I found my thing. And like I'm sticking with it. So yeah, definitely. If you think about it that way, then you won't be so disappointed when you just getting started.
And that's good. And I know another thing that keeps people, like you said, it's like a mindset shift that we have to take. Unfortunately, well, you can have like you said, you have to go with what you know, like what you're good at. But one thing that keeps people from moving forward is because they may know someone or know of a service or something that's already being offered. And I remember an analogy I heard that stuck with me, like, there's not just one piece of bread. Like you got all this bread on the shelf, and yet, you got all of these companies that's being profitable because certain people are going to like certain types of bread. And so even though you can be offering the same business or service that I offer, I have a whole different twist or way that my customers are going to relate to you versus me. So sometimes we can be discouraged about not doing something because we see that, we feel like everybody might be doing it. But again, our personality and how we relate to each other, that plays a big part. And also in marketing and engaging, if you engage with your customers and people in general, they like your personality, there might be the difference of them choosing to go to you or another girl that they see on Instagram that offering the same service. So I kind of just wanted to throw that out there. Like, even if you feel like, you're offering a service product that is not really as unique as you want it to be, still go for it. If you feel like, if you know that you're good at it and it's something that you enjoy doing and to help others, to still go for it because you're going to have a certain people that's going to gravitate towards you because of the way that you interact with them or your personality, So that's something to keep in mind too, because like when you think about coaching, I mean, there's so many coaches. There's coaches for everything that you need, but coaching is still a profitable thing because again, that's really customer service based. They're going to be drawn to your style, even with like the lashes and selling hair, all of that stuff, is profitable, even though you can get that everywhere, So I just was saying, like both of y'all are just saying, you have a foundation and you just understand that it's an ongoing process and you just, keep that momentum going and, you're just going to get that breakthrough. And once you start figuring out what works for you, you keep on doing that and learning systems, like just saying, like you want to invest in things that help you learn and grow. And that just helps you go to the next level, in your business. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I think also just like,
I agree.
focusing on actually getting people results instead of just throwing stuff out there. So like I know with me, I have goals for myself and I have goals for my clients. So my goal for my client is, depending on who it is, between 30 to 90 days, my goal is to get my client to making at least $1,000 in passive income, like from whatever it is that they selling. So whether it's passive or not, like just having an extra $1,000. But when you are so focused, kind of like I be seeing people that's just like, okay, I'm gonna sell you this, and I'm gonna sell you this. Don't none of it had nothing to do with each other, but you selling all this stuff, and they not really getting results, and they running around in circles. So like, I sit down and I come up with an action plan for my clients to be able to get them from here to here, like step by step. And so I think that that's important too. And like when people are looking for a business coach, my advice is that you actually like look these people up. Like business is public information. So when I see these people, experts and gurus and authorities, like when I'm looking for a coach, because I've always had a coach through like my entire business process. Even when I didn't have like a whole lot of money, I still like worked a few extra hours so that I can pay to give me a coach. But what I learned is I look up your lines of credit. Like if you ain't got no business lines of credit, I'm not dealing with that, because it's like you're not serious. Like I feel like so, but that's where I'm at in business. So I had to learn the hard way, because I actually had paid this woman a lot of money to coach me because I was trying to like figure this stuff out. And my thing is, I'd rather pay you and you help me, figure this out, because I don't got time to be sitting trying to start from scratch no more. I'm just not there. So like what I learned, and y'all listen to me because I had to learn the hard way, but it was a woman who had this site, and she was saying this when I was first trying to get into contracting and stuff like that. And she had her site up. It was nice. Like she had all this amazing stuff she did, and how she did this and she did that. I paid this woman all this money, and she tried to teach me how to sign up for an EIN. Like she was sending me copied and pasted information from the SBA website. So what I learned, and my dad is who taught me this, because my dad has been an entrepreneur his entire life. I should have like looked her up to see if like she was really about her business. So like looking people up, whatever state, because most people where they live at, so you can look up their state, and then you can put their business name or their personal name in the search, and you can actually like see how long they do business, if they really. This woman didn't even have. So let me tell y'all, I was trying to start my transportation company, and she said that she wrote contracts. This woman was a HR assistant at a local bus station. Like she knew nothing about contracts. Like I was pissed. Like so she ended up taking all my money. She didn't know that like I was kind of smart. So she ended up trying to play us, and yeah, she never had a transportation company. She had no idea what she was like talking about, and she didn't know that I knew what I was talking about. But what I learned from my dad is that you got to look up their lines of credit. You got to look up their LLC, and just look up everything on the back end. You can look up their DMB number. That's a Dun & Bradstreet number, to see if they got business credit. Like their credibility on the back end, not what they showing on social media. And so but I ended up I called my bank. Shout out to Navy Fed, because we had to. When this one, she tried it. So she tried to give me back half my money, and I was like, no, ma'am. So I called up the bank, and I had documents. Like when you work with somebody, document, have all your stuff together. So that's what I had to do, and I ended up winning back all my. Tried to like not pay at first, and then when she seen I wasn't backing down, then she just went ahead and sent the money back voluntarily, because we was about to go to court. Like I don't play when it comes to my money, and I don't play when it comes to people lying about what they do. So definitely like have your documentation. And it was another woman that like tried to reach out to me about coaching. I looked her up. Her business has been, she ain't paid her taxes in 2 years. Like, no, you can't help me do nothing. So like, it's all public information. So definitely, I have somebody tell me she looked me up. I'm like, well, good, because you know. And so she like, oh, I see you got your stuff. Yes, ma'am. I wouldn't be on here otherwise. Like, so definitely, like, check people out. Make sure they got their stuff together. When you're trying to find somebody to help you grow, like, it's too many people out here playing business. So I would definitely say, like, when it comes to stuff like that, see if they legit, not just what they put on their social media and the reviews that they begged for. So that's it. That was
I think it's good. I think the key to that is just being honest, because everybody got to start from somewhere. So it's like you may be their first clients, and that's okay, because it's just like when you get out of school. If nobody want to give you any, they might say, I'm only looking for people with experience. Well, I can't get experience if y'all not jump in and take action. And so it's like it's okay to work with someone new. I guess it just depends on what you try to do. You just have to know. You have to, again, you can research, but I also think it's important that you just know, like, most people now are doing, like, they'll do like a challenge, and that's the way that you kind of know to see what they're talking about. And then from there, that's usually enough for you to make a decision, like, oh, okay, I can take their course, program, or whatever, because it's really about what you're good in. So even though you might be new as a coach, you may have enough background.
Experts, authorities, and gurus. So I know what you're saying. I'm talking about the ones when you get to a point where you really need somebody to take you to the next level.
Oh yeah.
When you like at that level, you just find a course. I mean high ticket. If you pay somebody $1,000, $2,000 and up to do your service, definitely. Like, if you pay somebody $10, I pay somebody $10, $20. I pay up to, I think, probably $50 before it's like, no, we got to research you. Like, so yeah, when it comes to that, but when you're paying somebody like high ticket, definitely, like, look them up, because you're not coming out the box paying me, or I'm not paying you that kind of money if you just get started. That's fine, as long as your prices match your expertise. You kind of tell somebody you're an authority and you're a guru and pay you $2,000 and up. Yes, you need to be checking on that. Like,
that's why I have that issue too with people with these coaching programs. They'll tell them to start out that high, and I'll be like, come on, people got to see that you can get results. You need to go like half of the price. Like, even if you might have a goal of charging someone $2,000 per client or something. You can't start off like that, because you don't have any kind of evidence or nothing. You have to take it way down, like maybe 300 or something like that, something to where you get enough people that you build your expertise in it, and they can really support you, that you know what you're doing. You get a testimonial. So it's definitely a place to start. But I know I didn't know how you were saying it. It sounded like you kind of say, like, just make sure they're an expert, but I was just saying that.
I was meaning with my experience, doing higher, because now I'm at a point where I do higher coaching.
Right.
Like, so that's definitely, like, for other people that may be at that point, definitely look them up. But I would say 50 and under, I ain't looking you up. Between maybe 50 and 200, I look at your social media. But, like, the more money you paying, the more you should know about the person who you paying.
Oh yeah. And that's why, like you said, it's levels. So you can, a person that's just coming out and their goal is to make $1,000 a month. It might not make sense for you to invest, $10,000, $5,000 in a program. You can invest in somebody else and get you to that $1,000 mark. And then when you get to that mark consistently, then you're like, hey, I need to invest somebody that can take me higher. And so it's just levels to it, Like, just get started. Even if you're, now they have all these free Facebook groups. They have so many entrepreneur groups, but you have to, check that out too, because some of them, I don't know what they be doing, but it is good to get, just to kind of mingle with other like-minded people, and you can kind of bounce questions off each other. But definitely work with a coach that can motivate you and support you. They can't necessarily help you with something that they haven't shown that they can do themselves. They're not making any money. It's like, so yeah.
I agree. I'm glad you said to research them, because I always tell people research prior to, like, invest with anybody. Like, even for myself, I tell them, like, look up my website, look at this, like, make sure I'm the kind of person you want to work with, because I'm not for everybody, and that's fine. I don't work with everybody, but I'm glad like you brought up research.
So, I think realizing
exactly.
everybody, like you might not even want to be dealing with that. Like,
I'll look them up too, and I'm just like, if I look at your socials and I see like the reputation or anything like alongside with it, like I'll turn it down. Like I'm not like no, like no man, like I'm not gonna do that. But was there anything else you ladies want to add for like entrepreneurship? I felt like a bunch of information was in these short 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, good,
Like
good tips and nuggets. Like I would just have a notebook writing down all these little things because again, it's not going to be all easy. Of course, it feels good when you get your first sale or your first good testimonial. You be like, okay, and then there's going to be some days you be like, why people not, what's going on, and you can be easy to get discouraged, and so yeah, it was a lot of good stuff. So yeah.
Well, I hope y'all have a good evening.
All right. Well, I guess this is our last
finish out like wrap it up. We're gonna find us and stuff first.
You said what?
I said we didn't even like introduce like our businesses in the beginning. We kind of just hopped in. We didn't even say like what we did in the beginning, y'all know. So I guess we'll just wrap it up while I'm saying like what we do and stuff.
Well, I'm Jessica, business consultant, coach, trainer, everything business. You can hit me up on Instagram. And my website is leadthemasses.com. So definitely like, depending on what level you at. So Creators Academy, if you're just getting started, leadthemasses.com. Because like I said, that value ladder. So, and I have a lot of free resources on my Instagram. If you just click the link in the bio, and if you want to get started in business, I can definitely help you out. So,
yeah. All right. I'm Charlene. And I have a program for mothers. My focus has been on mothers with teenagers. And I actually have a challenge that I'm starting. It's called Connect Week, and it actually starts on Thursday. And we'll be sharing strategies, methods, and resources for moms that just feel disconnected from their son. And you always feel like he's just not engaged. I know it's a thing that we say, it's a teenager stage, and they might not be as close to you as an elementary, but we still should have an open line of communication to know what's going on with our children, and it should be some form of joy and peace in our conversations. And so we're going to be talking about, reconnecting. If you need to reset or refresh your connection and communication with your teen son in particular, we're going to be talking about that, but they can be a teenager. But our focus is going to be focused on the mother-son relationship. So that'll start on Thursday, and you can connect with me on Legacy Moms on Facebook.
Okay, and then of course I'm Adriana, so I work as a digital business manager for I can't talk about for online business owners. So pretty much help us up your information, like help out with your team and all that good stuff. And of course, you can find me under Avis LLC. That's my main business. Mom Moguls is pretty much a bunch of different businesses and wrapped into one. So there's different outlets for this one. And a lot of times I team up with a lot of other mom moguls, like as you see here. And we bring like different resources for you guys to have. But Mom Moguls is technically doesn't create anything. It's just pretty much, I don't want to say a shell company or anything. That sounds weird, but it's a bunch of companies wrapped into one. So that's what Mom Moguls is. But if you want resources and other jazz, come over to Avis LLC and just go on the website. I have resources in the form of blog posts, and then it's like freebies, printables, and all that fun stuff y'all can use for that. And other than that, yeah, just follow Mom Moguls or follow me on Instagram under It's Adriana R, and I'll put that next. But yeah, that is all there is for that one. And if y'all have do y'all have any last words before I wrap this up?
You did great.
All right. All right, y'all. Y'all have an amazing Sunday, and I will see y'all in the Facebook group and around internet land. So, yeah. Y'all.
Bye.